Alright everybody, welcome to the crypto chart update for October 31st, 2017, the Halloween episode. And we got a lot of very scary stuff to talk about today. We have support and resistance being tested in Bitcoin as we speak. We have altcoins consolidating in a very interesting way. And we have the very scary SegWit 2x fork, the hard fork, coming in mid-November. So how are all these things going to play together? Nicely or badly? We're going to find out in a minute. But first, guys, as always, my name is Tim, and I'm a journalist and a retail investor. You can find my regular chart rundowns and signal analysis at tradingview.com. If you really want detailed numbers, what are the stops, what are the targets, what are the support and resistance levels, how are we going to play this specific coin? Well, go to tradingview.com, Berlin Trader 591, and check out my chart blog, because that's where I give all the detailed analysis, and you can look at that. You can also find me on Twitter under Berlin Trader 591 as well. Today's video, as always, brought to you by CryptoKing.org, which is a great resource for the latest crypto news, as well as these videos. And I really love the layout there. It's simple, it's like Craigslist, and I'm old school, so I just check out Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Ripple, and I see the latest headlines, and I really love that. And he really does a great job updating it every day, better than me. So check out CryptoKing.org, guys. Great website. So the goal of these videos is to analyze trends, go through some trades and ideas, and help you broaden your understanding on technical analysis so you can make better decisions and we can all make some money. But don't forget, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I am not a registered financial advisor for you guys. So always contact your registered financial advisor, guys. And as always, please, send me your emails, send me your comments, private message me on TradingView, leave me a comment on YouTube. I love to hear what you're thinking about, what you think about my analysis, and if you have any requests to analyze a chart, please let me know. I'm also available for mentorships. If you email me at mentor@berlintrader.com, we can talk about how that works. I can help you get set up and make sure you're going in the right direction and you avoid those mistakes that a lot of beginning traders make for a few years, like we all did. All the good traders make mistakes in the first few years. So, one more thing, please support me if you guys can spare a cup of coffee. Just send me a couple Satoshi, a couple Litecoin, or a couple Dashcoin to the links below. Otherwise, use the links, use my affiliate links to sign up for Coinbase or Coinigy or TradingView, and a little piece of that sign up fee goes my way, and it just helps me to pay for the cost of these videos. So I really appreciate your support, guys. It means a lot to me. I love hearing your feedback and what you think about my analysis. But without further ado, let's get into the charts, because that's what we're here to do. And, I have Tesla up here. Before we get into Bitcoin, why not take a peek at my Tesla analysis, which I just posted on TradingView. And it just shows that these principles apply over all asset classes, right? Technical analysis analyzes human behavior. So if humans are involved, well, the behavior is similar across all asset classes. And we see that in Tesla, we had a big consolidation range from July 2013 all the way to this year, this summer. And what did we do? Well, we just broke out of that range, and we've created a new box between 300 and 400. And it looks similar to the old box, right? We break out and we range for a bit until we break out again. So this is an example, just like in Bitcoin, right? You break out and then you form this range, right? So you can play that range. You can wait to find where's the top of that range. Well, it's been defined, right? Because we pulled back from 400. And that support level is already defined because it was the top of the last range at 300. So basically, when the price gets down to around 300, we can buy. And when the price gets around 400, we can sell. And that's playing the range. Finally, when the range breaks, either to the upside or the downside, we can either sell, go short, or we can go long to the upside. And then we have our targets based on Fibonacci levels, the 161 level, the 200 level, which is not actually a fib level, but it's a common measured move, and then the 261.8 level. So when we do break out, our first target will be 450, and our second target will be about 500. And that's where we want to take our profits, unless we're investing for the long term. And it's the same in Bitcoin. You want to take your profits when you reach the targets, especially in cryptocurrencies, because those targets fall fast. I mean, when we hit those targets in Bitcoin, man, those things just crash because there's no buyers left. Everyone's just taking profits. So let's check out Bitcoin after that little detour. And you know, right now, guys, it looks really interesting. As we speak, we're pressing up against that 6,200 level, and that's the level I was talking about on my TradingView blog over the last couple of days. That's the next resistance to break, and I think when we break that 6,200 level, we're going to head up to 7,000. And this is the daily chart at the moment. It's a little messy because of my drawings, but let me hide those. We just have that healthy. We have that healthy breakout a few weeks ago over, I forget what it was, over 6,000 or 5,500, right? We held this 5,500 level. We broke out above that. We consolidated in a range. And what's happening right now? We're pressing up against that top level, that resistance, right? It was resistance here. It was resistance here. And now it's resistance again. But will it hold? I don't think it will, guys. I think we're going to break out to 7,000, at least 7,000 in the coming days. And fundamentally, you could explain that by the SegWit 2 fork coming up, right? We have the fork, the 2x fork. That means everyone that has Bitcoins is going to get the same number of SegWit 2x coins. And as we saw in the summer, it's basically free money. You can take those coins, you can hold them, you can hodl them, or you can just sell them and take in the 10% or 20% dividend. I like Trace Mayer because he says it's like a dividend, right? Microsoft gives you a dividend. Well, Bitcoin's dividend are the forks, right? You get these forked coins and you can cash those in for fiat or for more Bitcoin, and it's basically you can increase the percentage of your Bitcoin without buying more Bitcoin. So it's just like a dividend at the moment, and I like that way of looking at it. And so everyone's coming in for that dividend. Right now, people are realizing, oh my gosh, it's November 1st, it's Halloween, right? After I eat all that candy, we had that SegWit fork coming up, and I want to be involved. I want to get those free coins. So a lot of people are pumping their money into Bitcoin, and so I think we're just going to keep going up until that hard fork. Now, when we get to that hard fork, around when? Around mid-November, that's the big question. What's going to happen? Well, we could see a crash because everyone's cashing out of their Bitcoin because they got the free coins. We could also see a price rise because people are cashing in their new coins, their SegWit 2x coins, to buy Bitcoin. So there's going to be an inflow into Bitcoin as well. Maybe that gives us an inflow into Bitcoin and then an outflow of Bitcoin. So an inflow into Bitcoin from the 2x coins, then an outflow from Bitcoin into dollars, or maybe into the altcoins. So that's kind of my thesis, right? We always need a thesis for our analysis, and you can trade around that thesis. My thesis is we're going to see a Bitcoin price rise until we see that SegWit 2x fork. We might see another pump after that because people are cashing in 2x coins for Bitcoin, because you have to probably on the exchanges. You probably can't cash them all in for dollars. And then we're going to see people taking profits out of Bitcoin. And that money, I believe, will go into the altcoins. So that's my thesis, guys. That's what I'm going to be basing a lot of the analysis on. Let's go to the 60-minute chart where things are a bit clearer here with the drawings. So here we have that breakout of that hold, I would say, of the 5,500 level. That was really important. You know, that hold here showed us, you know, we came down, we broke that level, we held it, and we've seen that price on this lower trend line just creating higher lows, which is healthy. And at the top, we've pressed up against that resistance. And right now, as we speak, we're breaking up above that 6,200 level. And guys, I talked about this 2 days ago on TradingView. I said that 6,200 level is the new resistance based on what happened this month so far. And if we can consolidate underneath of this, it looks good for a breakout. And right now, it looks like we're attempting a breakout. So if you got in, if you wanted to make a trade, you would get in on this breakout right now that's happening and set your targets based on the fib level of that consolidation, which leads us to the first target of 6,700, the 161.8 retracement, and then the second target of almost 7,000, which is the 200% measured move. So that's just the height of this consolidation level multiplied by 2, or put on top of it itself, and you get that 7,000 level, which is also a very nice round number. So psychological level and 200% measured move means a confluence of target levels, and that's stronger than just having one fib level or one cool number like 7,000. Actually, it's a confluence, a psychological round number of 7,000 and a 200% retracement level gives us a much stronger target than if we only had one. So yeah, I expect to take my first profits around 6,700 if I entered here, and my next target I would take profits around 7,000. So my second target, first target and second target. And then we'll see how price reacts around 7,000. Maybe we get another consolidation and go up again. So that's really the Bitcoin theme. You run up really fast, you have a nice consolidation, and you run up again. It's a pretty nice stair-step pattern. And until it breaks, don't fix it. Just keep on going back to the well. So yeah, Bitcoin's heading up until we reach that, maybe until we reach that SegWit 2x moment where we might see some volatility. And no one really knows what's going to happen, but my thesis is that we're going to flow into the altcoins. Now I get my thesis because I analyze the other coins and they show some interesting behavior. If we check out Ethereum, for example, the number 2 coin on the market, I mean outside of Bitcoin Cash, I guess, we've been consolidating since June, just in this sideways range. We've been making higher lows, which is bullish, and we've been pressing up against this resistance at around 400. And if we look at what's happening right now, we've kind of once again bounced off. We've rounded off of that lower trend line, and we're approaching that 400 once more. And look where we kind of, if we guesstimate around when we'll be hitting that 400 level, it will be right around mid-November, right around mid-November, and that's when the fork is happening, right? So if we're pressing up against resistance around the time when the fork is happening, and we do see an outflow from first SegWit 2x into Bitcoin and then Bitcoin into altcoins, well then we're going to see Ethereum get some inflows, and that could certainly lead to a nice healthy breakout. And if we get that breakout, the target is pretty hefty. I mean, the consolidation range, if we take the consolidation range depth from the first high, then we get 565 for retracement, and then 667 for the 200% level. All right, and those would be my targets after a breakout of 400. So that would be like a 25% plus move. So big consolidation range means big breakout. And if that breakout happens, it might be happening around the time of the hard fork, which is a good sign that this could be due to inflows, rotation from Bitcoin into the altcoins. And if we look at, for example, Litecoin, not one of my favorite charts, to be honest, because it's kind of going more sideways than up, but we do have a consolidation range here, and we're just moving sideways. And again, it looks like these two trend lines, right, the bottom range and the top of the range, kind of converge right around that mid-November mark. So that's when we're either going to see a crash or a breakout. And I'm assuming it's going to be a breakout because we're still in a bullish trend. That 200-day moving average is going up, and I think more interest is coming into the space than leaving it, which means more money is coming into the space than leaving it. Same thing with Ripple, right? We've been consolidating since May, really. Downward trending highs and upward trending lows, smaller and smaller and smaller range. That 200-day is finally caught up with the price, and that's very interesting to see what happens around this 200-day. If we drop below it and then below that lower trend line, well, I mean, we could just go back to zero, really. Or if we consolidate a little more and those trend lines converge around when? Mid-November, well, that's exactly when the inflows from Bitcoin could push us up and break out. And another huge breakout, with my target being about double or triple from here. Manero, yeah. Manero, same thing, same story. Just a consolidation range. Maybe little dangerous. We're kind of bouncing against this lower bound. We could break down here, but to be honest, we've done that before. Oops, and we came back up. So maybe we go oops and we come back up off of that 200-day moving average, which is heading upwards. So again, the overall trend is up, 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 up. So until there's a sign of a change, there's no reason to assume that we won't continue going up. And fundamentally, more interest coming into the market sounds like a good resolution to me. Let's check out Bitcoin Cash. That had a huge run a couple days ago. And to be honest, I called that perfectly. If you were looking at my blog, I said we break out of this trend line 400, we head up to 500, 450, 500. That's exactly what we did, and then we just crashed back down. So if you're paying attention to my blog, you're going to get some trading signals on Telegram as well as on TradingView. And sometimes they come fast and furious, so there's no warning with these cryptos. Let's check out the altcoin list that I made. Similar things, right? The altcoins are all consolidating, right? NEO looks pretty healthy, actually. I like this chart a lot. I would rather be in NEO than other altcoins that are consolidating weaker. But yeah, NEO is consolidating near its upper resistance, right? So if we can break out there or consolidate a little more and then break out, then it's just more signs that money is coming into the space from outside, and that could be a result of the flows from Bitcoin. I'm not really looking at the Bitcoin charts right now. I'm always comparing against the dollar just because I want to keep it consistent today and see how you can see how the cash flows might occur only looking at the dollar, but we can also look at the relationships to Bitcoin, but I'll save that for the next video. PIVX US dollar just kind of going sideways, consolidating, and yeah, healthily in a range with the 200-day moving average trending up. Maybe we'll see a bounce off that 200-day. Again, we want to see how price consolidates. If price starts falling over and breaking these 200-day moving averages and trend lines, that's very, very bad sign. But if price continues to consolidate or rounds a bit and starts moving up a little towards those resistance levels, then that's a great sign that we are ripe for an influx and a breakout. OMG US dollar, same thing, right? We're consolidating in this descending triangle, a little weaker here because we're consolidating near the bottom and we could break down. That would be a bad sign for OMG, but then we have NEO over here, right? Remember NEO consolidating at the upper end of its range. So we do get some variation between the altcoins, but overall, the weight of the evidence, as JC Peretz puts it, is for continued strength. One more coin, IoT, USD, and same thing, right? We're consolidating in this triangle pattern and waiting to break out, and that could happen in mid-November. And so that's what we're really waiting for. Bitcoin looks strong. Everyone wants those free coins. When people get the free coins, what are they going to do? Or is SegWit going to win out and Bitcoin's going to collapse? Well, I think Bitcoin's going to continue to be strong, and I think people are going to take out their Bitcoins and put them into the altcoin, and we'll get another run just like we did in the summer into the end of the year. And until that thesis is I'm always looking for reasons to break that thesis, but until it's broken, I'm going to stick with that and trade around those ideas. And that means watching for strength in Bitcoin, making trades based on the levels of Bitcoin, and actually right now we're breaking out in Bitcoin, I believe. We're breaking out of that 200 level, so really good timing on this video. We'll see if that holds, but we're breaking out of that level. So I'm going to be putting my money into Bitcoin as well, get those free coins, and when I get those free coins, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out my Bitcoin and put it into the altcoins that look stronger, like maybe NEO or Ethereum, for example, the altcoins that are pushing up against the resistance. I'm not just going to throw my money randomly into altcoins that might be, pressing up against support and head lower. So again, guys, please support me with the affiliate links, send me a message, and let me know what you think. Until next time, peace.